Being around the whole environment of the Australian team in general, it was awesome. I had defending Joe every single day, going against Paddy every single day. Being able to go against them, I've been able to learn so much.
Really quick, before I begin, if you guys can smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, this seriously makes a huge difference to my videos and lets YouTube know to recommend this video to a brand new audience. So thank you so much for doing that, and let's begin.
Yeah, I think just being around the whole environment of the Australian team in general, it was awesome. Being able to take in as much as I could from the older guys, these veterans who not only, really great players, but also great players off the court, and just being around in that environment. My times there were amazing, and I think it helped everything. It helped my basketball and off the court, and I think overall it was a really good experience. And Olympics was obviously, it's just cool being around all the best athletes in the world and being able to experience that at the age of 20. Being around some of the best shooters in the world, Australia, with Joe and Paddy and Chris Golding, these are some players who I've been out to practice with every single day. I had defending Joe every single day, going against Paddy every single day. It's one thing, just being able to go against them, I've been able to learn so much, and being able to do it in a FIBA setting is kind of helped me out, be able to slow down and be able to see the court more, and take the game one step at a time. And I feel like it's going to help me out a lot in the NBA level. And obviously the group we had around us is some of the most competitive guys I've ever been around. And these guys come fourth in the last four tournaments, and since the day we landed in Irvine, everybody's mindset was to go for gold, and that's why I wear Crocs, and everyone on our team was wearing Crocs, and it says gold vibes only, and it's something I'm going to continue to go through, just because the way that they put it, it seems like it's a joke and everything like that, but me being a competitor, everything I do on the court is to be able to win the game. And then completely away from basketball, I'm around some of the best human beings I've ever been around. It was like a family. Patty Mills, one of the greatest guys. Joe, Joe's Joe. Obviously, big talker in games and everything like that, but behind it all, amazing guy. Della Vadova, Baines. The veteran group was amazing. I could go on, and I think it explains more about, being from Australia, the pride we have in competing for Australia, and just the togetherness, and it's something that I'm going to continue to do, and try to stay as close as I can to all my teammates. I think that's the goal we're going to come with every single time we step on the court now. I think all these old players, from Andrew Gaze all the way back, Andrew Bogut retired a couple years ago from the Australian team. Our goal is they've been out to make such a good platform for Australian basketball, and Australian basketball is growing a lot. So I think us being able to get this medal this year, it's the greatest accomplishment in Australian basketball history. But at the same time, I think, for the younger guys on the team, it's that step where we need to continue to be motivated. I'm 20 years old and I have a medal at the Olympics. That still hasn't registered to me. And I think, going forward now, it's continuing to grow off that. Next Olympics, I think we need to come together, and, being around guys like Paddy, if you saw half the stuff he did for our team to be close and for how serious he was, I wish I could just, do half of that. He's so dedicated, and, it means so much to me and a lot of the younger guys coming up. So, yeah, I think going forward, we'll stick with the model of gold vibes only, and, hopefully we can be competing, maybe against Luka in the final someday in Paris. The Olympics is one of those things where, you can't turn it down. It's one of those things where, people say, why don't you just wait for Summer League and all that stuff. For me, it's way bigger than just basketball in general. Growing up as a kid, I was 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. Whenever the Australian team would play any sport or anything, whether it was Tim Cahill and the Socceroos, I would wake up at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and watch them. I even watched Joe Ingles when I was 10 years old when he first played for Australia. So, it goes way more than basketball being at the Olympics, and it's something you look at, and it still doesn't feel real to me. I was talking to my mom last night, and the whole emotions with my family when I was able to tell them that I was representing Australia is just it's something, you can't put it to words, and being around there, being around athletes who you watch as a kid and aspire to be like as a kid, all around there, it's awesome, and it's just one of those things, you can't take for granted. 2 or 3 days after Dallas, I was going to Las Vegas. Me and my trainer had a plan on what we need to do and what we need to improve on. So I was able to spend like 3 weeks with him, getting in the gym every single day, being around other players and, getting up and down. And then from Irvine, just because we're in a Boomers camp, I made sure that in my spare times, sometimes I would be out late at night, going out at like 11 o'clock and shooting with one of the coaches and working out with one of the coaches. So, just because, obviously we had the focus of the Olympics, but at the same time, it's a big development year for me. So everything that I usually would have done, I did the same, whether it was in Tokyo or Las Vegas, Irvine, everything, So for me, it was being able to continue to have the mindset of getting better. And I think I was able to do that. I think I'm very happy with the way I've been. I think I'm in the best shape I've been in a very long time. And yeah, obviously now, starting from today, it's just growing off that. We're going to sit down again, talk with the coaches and, see where it goes from here. But, my goal is just making sure that when it comes to training camp, I'm as ready as I can go and, just ready to prove myself.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. That was Josh Green talking to the Dallas Mavericks media after his return from the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Josh travelled back from the Olympics in Tokyo with a couple of new possessions. The 20-year-old and the Australian national team took home the bronze medal, beating Slovenia and his teammate Luka Doncic in the bronze medal game. Secondly, Green wearing a pair of golden coloured Crocs that had GVO on them, meaning gold vibes only. Explaining to the media, everybody's mindset was to go for gold. That's why I wear these Crocs. This is something I'm going to continue. Being a competitor, everything I do on the court is able to win the game. Green believes the Olympic experience will help him in his second season with the Mavericks. As he mentioned in the interview, he found it so valuable playing and training with a bunch of competitors. He had so much respect for Patty Mills, Joe Ingles, Matthew Dellavedova, Aaron Baines, Chris Goulding, Matisse Thybulle, and said practicing and playing with these guys can only help him in his second season in the NBA. Hopefully he will have a bigger role this season with new coach Jason Kidd taking over. As we saw in the warm-up games for the Olympics and his minutes he did play in the green and gold at Tokyo, he was able to play great defense, playing the passing lanes, and if his shot can develop, I can't see a way that he can't produce at the NBA level. Alright guys, that will wrap it up for today's video. If you can smash the like button, that really helps my videos out. If you like this type of content, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.